Welcome to Newsworthy, Entrust's monthly video. I'm Jocelyn Ewert, founding principal of Entrust Financial, and with me is my partner, Mackenzie Frankel. We're so often asked, how did you get where you are today? So we decided to tell you a brief snippet of our story. I grew up in a household where money was a constant worry and a terrible limitation. You could not do what you wanted to do. You would likely run out of food before payday and not have money to buy any more. I vowed to myself at an early age that I was going to live differently. Not only that, I was going to help others live differently too. Right out of college, I headed to a poverty-stricken area to teach music for the School District of Philadelphia. I taught more than 5,000 students of all ages over 20 years. In this arena, I inadvertently replicated the environment I experienced growing up. In the neighborhoods in which I taught, money was a constant worry and a terrible limitation. Not surprisingly, when it was time to move on, I was attracted to helping people with their money. 40 years of living had taught me that knowing how to put money to work effectively was a challenge for many. I had the luxury of being able to move on because I had aggressively saved while teaching. After a number of months of study, I took the first step of my financial services career. I began to help teachers with their retirement plans, something I understood well. Mackenzie?
Well, right out of college, I taught elementary school for a few years, and the entire time I knew that it wasn't right for me, but I continued to do it because, quite frankly, I needed the time to figure out what I was going to do, and I didn't want to give up. So after a lot of introspection, I realized that the one thing I was always passionate about was saving and investing. As a child, I always saved. And then with my first career as a teacher, I always made room for saving and investing. You know, my mom was actually a really good role model in that regard because she always made room for saving and investing every little bit she could. So anyway, I was on cloud 9 when I left teaching and I started working at the big firm. I was ready to make a difference in people's lives from a financial standpoint, and I was excited. So after being there for about a month, I realized that the majority of my peers were not there to really help people. They were more there to sell stuff and really whether or not the client needed it. So a pivotal moment occurred when I met with my mentor at the time. We had a weekly meeting, and I spoke to him about my interest about the Certified Financial Planning designation. And he laughed at me. He said, "Why would you be interested in doing that? You know, it takes a lot of time and no one really cares about education or designations. Look at how successful I am." Well, I'll never forget that point because I realized that at that moment in time, the big firm was never going to be a good fit for me. And although my mentor's laugh was a slap in the face, I'm thankful he did that because it gave me the push that I needed to find the right firm for me. And because I was always going to be dedicated to helping improve the financial lives of others. And that's around that time I heard that Jocelyn, like you were looking for a partner, and I gave you a ring and the rest is history.
At Entrust, our experience has taught us that ensuring financial security and independence for clients requires more than creating astute investment plans. We need to be the financial quarterback, seeing the big picture, coordinating related professionals, deploying resources, and responding with appropriate strategies within the context of life transitions and unexpected events. Entrust's job is to be the financial constant, the fundamental resource clients can count on no matter what. We look forward to hearing from you soon.